Hey everyone, how's it going? Hope you've had a very Merry Christmas, future Happy New Year. If you guys are watching us after Christmas, hope you got the gifts that you wanted from Santa Claus. But if Santa Claus was on budget cuts this year, I apologise if you didn't get what you wanted. I'm back at it again with another video. What do I want to talk about in this video? Basically what I want to see in Call of Duty 2018 made by the infamous Treyarch Studios. The one we are all waiting for. The one true game, the one true company who in my opinion cannot save Call of Duty or not save the Call of Duty franchise, but can actually bring it back to how it was during the golden era, should we say, of Modern Warfare 2 Black Ops 1. That is the golden era, even MW3 technically. That is the golden era that we speak of Call of Duty. Now I know Black Ops 3, as you guys can see in the background, again taken from my channel about a year ago, was a very good game. Some people like COD World War 2. You're deluded, but some people like it. No, I'm not hating on anyone if you like COD World War 2. If I'm doing well on it, if I get some nice teammates on my team for once in a while, it's an okay game to play. I didn't play it all on Christmas Day, but I played a little bit on Christmas Eve, in the morning rather, so not really Christmas Eve. It wasn't the eve of Christmas Eve, it was the morning of Christmas Eve. But you guys get what I mean. I was playing a bit then, few Christmas noobs here and there. Boxing Day there were more Christmas noobs, and when I actually got matched up against them, it was nice to play. I'm not going to say it was a good game, because the game is still 100% flawed. The maps are awful, guns are awful. I don't need to go through this whole thing again. The streaks are shit, maps have no flow, blah blah blah. Streaks are too hard to get, all that lovely stuff that I talked about in the previous video. The game is alright to play, but Black Ops 3 was a good game. There's no getting around it. It was the best-selling Call of Duty to date. It eclipsed previous Call of Duty titles. Now World War 2 sales... when we talk about World War II sales numbers, this is the complicated thing. According to Activision, which is a sharehold company, shareholders are involved. You can buy shares in the company, hence sharehold company. They have to release these statements, and the sales numbers for Call of Duty World War II are the best to date on current gen consoles. I think it is the best selling Call of Duty to date, numbers wise, but of course that will always go up when it's released on these consoles and so on and so forth. But there's no getting away from the fact that Black Ops 3 was a tremendous game, whether you guys liked it or not. Even though it had jetpacks in the game, Treyarch did it well. Activision went to them and said, hey Treyarch, we need you to make a futuristic Call of Duty game, ideally continue the Black Ops franchise. They obviously had Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 at this stage. They probably went to them in 2013 and said this, and we need you to develop a futuristic Call of Duty game called Black Ops 3, carries on from your franchise. Here's a few $1 billion, off you go, good luck. That was it. And then David Wardenhar and the boys finished their quick scoping custom game on Black Ops 2 and started development on this game. Now, Activision would have gone to them and say, hey, Treyarch, it's us again, please save us, please save us. Here's a little bribe, David. Vonderhaar is being David Vonderhaar. Here's a little bribe. Here's a hefty little paycheck rise thanks to your guys' incredible work on Black Ops 3. Vonderhaar, you can really splash it out this year for Christmas time, because I'm giving you a check. This is Eric Hirschberg speaking, the CEO of Activision. Vonderhaar, I'm giving you a check of about $1 million. Go and make a nice game, please. You can set it in the past. This is what I'm predicting for the game. I think the game will either be set in the past, and if it is set in the past, it will be Nam, the Vietnam era. Why do I say Nam? Treyarch are already experienced in this, number one. Number two, hasn't been done. When I say Treyarch are experienced in this, a lot of the Black Ops 1 campaign, as Black Ops 1, or Black Ops I should say, the original in the series, the original Call of Duty Black Ops released in 2010, seems an eternity away. It seems ages ago, sorry, but it feels like it was just around the corner, bizarrely enough. But it was set during the Cold War period, and obviously the Cold War started before the whole Nam War, well, during the Nam War even, and it went all the way to either 1989 or 1991. Whether you guys want to say the end of the Cold War was when the Berlin Wall fell or not, whatever floats your boat. But so Treyarch have not made a Call of Duty game set in Vietnam in the past, but Black Ops 1, a lot of the campaign and a lot of the maps, for example, Jungle, the Score Streaks, the Chopper Gunner, the Blackbird, for example, that was all Cold War era-esque, Cold War era timing, Cold War era technology, but a lot of that obviously coincided with the Vietnam War. So Treyarch could release a Call of Duty game next year called Call of Duty Black Ops 4, or they could call it like something like Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified, or I'm not sure if that's been done already, I'm honestly not too sure, as a sort of mock-up of the game, or they could just call it a completely different title and have Call of Duty Vietnam Warfare. It obviously would not be called Call of Duty Vietnam, or Call of Duty Vietnam War, or Call of Duty Vietnam Warfare. It probably wouldn't be called that. it probably would be called something else. Maybe Call of Duty Dark Ops, something like that. I'm not too sure. But yeah, Treyarch are, as a company, experienced with the whole Vietnam War setting, and I definitely do think that could be a very good possibility for the next game. I would really love to see Treyarch work on just a Vietnam War period game. The weapons in Vietnam, I don't want to offend anyone or whatever, but I'm going to say from a Call of Duty gamer's perspective, and obviously from a historical perspective, I know a lot about the Vietnam War. I'm quite fascinated by it. I've read up on it a lot. I had to as part of my history pre-U A-level thing a year ago. The weapons in it were fascinating to study. The events of the Vietnam War, Treyarch could do a really good job of, put it that way. There is so much to tell, and there is so much that hasn't been told from a video gamer's perspective. World War II, for example, has been done. There will not be another Call of Duty game set in World War II. There just won't be. There could be a Call of Duty game set in World War I. I doubt it. But I think that Vietnam is a very real possibility for Treyarch's game. Now, a lot of you will be saying, but Max, we've had this leak from an insider ages ago. We all know about this. That apparently, well, it wasn't even insider. It was a Treyarch job listing a few months ago, if you guys don't remember. I didn't actually cover it on my channel, because by this stage I'd stopped doing YouTube as a hobby for a long time, because I started university and so on, and it was the road to that. There was a job listing a while ago on Treyarch's website for a new position as some senior lighting or designer manager thing, whatever it was, game designer, whatever the hell the listing was. It said that the designer should have experience with, quote, modern day weapons or modern day technology. So a lot of people have inferred from that that means the next Call of Duty game 2018 released by Treyarch in November will be set in the modern war, sort of a modern period, 2017, 2018 the game would be set as a sort of modern warfare type of game. Obviously it couldn't be Modern Warfare 4 because that's Infinity Ward's job, or what's left of Infinity Ward rather. There won't be a Modern Warfare 4 in my opinion, because MW3 sort of ended. But they could release an MW4. Nobody really thought there would be a Black Ops 3 until basically just about a few months before the game, and everyone started saying, oh, it could be Black Ops 3, it could be Black Ops 3. The campaign was really nothing to do with Black Ops 2's campaign, so I guess from that perspective there could be an MW4 by Infinity Ward. But loads of people therefore saying, due to this job listing, that there could be a Treyarch modern era game, which I think could be awesome, because Treyarch have never actually done a modern era game. If you think about Call of Duty Black Ops 3, obviously set in 2065 in the future. Black Ops 2 is set in 2025 in the future. Black Ops, the original Black Ops, as I said, Cold War era, so it was not set past 1990. There were flashbacks, I think, at the end of the campaign to a more modern sort of setting, and obviously Treyarch have also done Call of Duty World at War. If I forgot any that they've done, I do apologise, but Treyarch have not done a modern warfare setting game, a game set in the modern period this year or next year, 2017-2018 period, and I think if they were to do that, they could probably go in on the whole North Korea ballistic missile testing situation. There's sort of a new Cold War being created there. I'm not going to make this commentary a political one, but they could do sort of the whole tensions rising with North Korea versus the USA, with the instability of Mr. Trump. I refuse to call him president, of Mr. Trump. Apologies if I offended anyone there as well. They could do a sort of Middle Eastern setting, or maybe not a setting, but sort of the war on terror. They could sort of use that to their advantage. It is probably not the correct set of words that I'm using, but you guys know what I mean. They could talk about the terror groups, for example, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, all of these sorts of groups, and instability in the Middle East, and they could connect that with the rising instability of North Korea, or even tensions in the South China Sea, things like that, and then they could really play into the whole second Cold War possibility, USA versus Russia. I was about to say USSR, no, USA versus Russia, with Putin versus Trump. I don't know what they could do, but I would guess that if it was a modern sort of setting, there would obviously be, terrorism would play a large part in it. I don't think they could actually use ISIS or Daesh, whatever you guys want to call the bastards. I don't think they could use actual group names, but they would obviously they would make up names, but obviously we would know that they would be making a campaign based on the events and the horrific things that have occurred with ISIS in the Middle East. So they could play on the instability in North Korea, definitely, and also the instability in the Middle East. But guys, in the comment section down below, let me know what you think Treyarch could do for Call of Duty 2018. My personal preference is I really want to see Treyarch go back to the Vietnam War period, and then for their next game, modern setting, 100%. But no, it will not be set in the future. We know this. Call of Duty has officially gone back to its roots. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to slap the like button down below. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Once again, please do follow my new Twitter account. Link is in the description down below. Hopefully you guys have a very, very happy new year. If I don't speak to you before then, I probably won't. And whenever I do speak to you guys in the near future, or future rather, I hope all things are well. Hopefully you guys have had a good holiday period, and you have a good and healthy and safe blah 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 new year. I will see you all over on the next video. Peace out.